So a bit going on in today's workout. One big giant set, I guess. Well, I guess 6 movements, back to back, 4 sets or 4 rounds. Just before we get stuck into the workout, just a quick kind of flow warm up. And full disclosure, I make this up on the spot, so it's not rocket science. Just get the body moving a little bit, kind of limber up a little bit, warm up the joints. So I'm just kind of doing walkouts. I guess Spider-Man stretch or lizard stretch, kind of. Although it doesn't look like there's a lot of movement there, it felt like it was. It's kind of a hamstring stretch. Walking back, token shoulder stretch. What I think about what to do next. Might add in some rotations. So back to our walkouts. A little sneaky Spider-Man lizard stretch. Might get a bit fancy, throw a rotation in here. Oh no, not yet. No. Maybe in a second. No T-spine rotation yet. Keeping the crowd waiting. So back up here, no shoulder stretch, just shake it out, back out again. So I think here I'll just throw in a bit of a T-spine rotation. Again, freestyle guys, play around it a little bit. There's not much can kind of go wrong in these warm-ups. As long as nothing too high impact or too sudden out of the gates. Keeping it fairly kind of relative to what we're going to be doing. So posterior chain work. Just working on some upper back mobility, hamstring stretching as well too. So a few things just to prep the body. So you can just do a couple of minutes this if you want to, and then we're going to just get stuck into the workout from there. So first movement or exercise is a single leg Romanian deadlift with 1 arm row. I have to think about that for a second. So even guys, I kind of, I was saying it before, but this isn't really an arm or a back exercise, so we don't need a lot of weight here. I'm really trying to elevate that back leg through my glute. And get the hamstring working a little bit. A standing leg works a lot here as well too, but the weight's more or less an anchor. It's to kind of help keep the hips in place, or at least test our balance here a little bit. So even with minimal weight, you should be really thinking about the legs doing the work and all of this. And again, like I said, that back leg, I'm using that glute to try and elevate the leg. So we're going to go for 10 on each arm with this movement. And when that's done, we're going to have a look at a pressing exercise next. So we're going to get into the floor press, single arm floor press. Again, depending on weight selection, to increase intensity, we can either do single leg bridge in this one, standard double leg bridge here. Or else we can do is if the weight's particularly heavy, you can just have our hips on the ground. So what I'm going to do here is steady enough tempo. I'm just shooting for 12 repetitions on each arm. Again, if it's easy, you can lift the opposite foot off the floor and have a single leg bridge. But work within your own kind of, or work it just within your ability here. So you don't want to be kind of making it too easy, but you don't make it too challenging where you're hitting failure on sets either. So we can work with a bit of tempo, and we don't have to blast or race through the movement on this one. 12 each arm. If the weight's a bit light, you can probably maybe stretch out to 15 repetitions, or if the weight's very heavy, maybe bring back 8 or so. Again, just on the edge of your ability, you want to kind of just get to that point and then bring it back in. When the floor press is done, we're going to come back up to do a staggered stance single arm Romanian deadlift. So you're going to see in this one is that it's not a split stance, like it's in a split squat stance, I should say. So I want my big toe probably just in line roughly with the back of my front heel. So when I'm doing this, the weight tracks along the front leg. And if you're looking at me head on, it would go straight up and down, running kind of in line with my back leg too, so the weight's not way in front of me. Really trying to hinge on the hip here and squeeze the glutes at the top, so I'm tucking the hips under. So we're really trying to get a lot of glute activation at the top of the repetition. So again, this one I'm just going to go for 10 on each arm. Depending on what weight you have, you can do a couple extra repetitions, or even if you have access to bands, you could maybe fire a band under your feet around the kettlebell, give you a bit more resistance towards the top of the rep. So when this one's done, we're going to come back to a pushing movement. I've elected to do the feet elevated push-up here. Again, you can do, pike push-ups if you're advanced, or you can have feet on the floor, do tricep push-ups. Again, working with something where it's challenging for about 10 to 15 repetitions, but doable. Just trying to get my core engaged here. Posted up a quick demo video on YouTube, and I got a real typical YouTube comment of excellent technique, full stop. So again, me being me, I'm automatically presumed there was some kind of snipe at me, or snide remark. Maybe it wasn't, but I'm trying my best here with shit posture, so fucking deal with it. So we're going for 15 here, and when that is done, we're going to just switch it up, turn around, and we're going to do some single leg elevated bridges, or elevated single leg bridge, probably an easy way to say that. Again, if you're struggling with these guys to actually get your glutes firing, and it's maybe more hamstrings, or I don't know, maybe even quads or something, do the isometric version, so both feet on the floor, and even use a band around the knees. But again, 10 to 12 repetitions on each side on this one. When we have both sides done, then we're going to finish with the running man plank, and we're going to go for 20 seconds each side on this one. Again, it's a challenging enough one. What I always say to folks initially is kind of start on your elbows and start with your knees about an inch off the floor and legs bent, and there you go. Trying to send one fist back towards your pocket like you're running, and the opposite heel up towards the sky. So 20 seconds each side will do on this one. Quick breather, and then we're pretty much back into our first movement, which was the single leg Romanian deadlift with a one arm row. So it's a steady enough kind of pace throughout, like small little rests where needed, but just trying to keep things flowing. We're going to go for 4 rounds pretty much on this. Again, if you're at home and you're not under any time constraints, if you want to stretch out or do an extra round, you can. If really focusing on each movement, the intent is going there is getting the target muscle groups to work. 4 rounds should be sufficient.